Yeah. All right. So, snow day recovery. It's the 29th of January. Wow, that's crazy. January's almost over. I feel like I lost January. I had big plans, huge things that were supposed to go down and supposed to happen. Been planning for a long time, long before any New Year's resolution idea. There's just so many things we're doing with all the businesses and growing, hiring new people, and expanding, and new amazing opportunities and jobs. But I have this issue with my spine. L3, 4, and 5 of my vertebrae are herniated in a bad manner, and I've been recovering from that. I found out that was officially the issue um, about mid December when I finally got an MRI and was like, what's going on? Because I was in bed all of Thanksgiving, before that, after that, all the way up December 22nd, getting wheelchaired onto a plane. And I made some progress. I really did. I made some amazing progress. I was so excited and empowered to just push through and go like no tomorrow. Um, but that's not direction in which I was allowed to go. And it's really hard knowing that I did it to myself is like heartbreak, frustration, because it's my fault that this has happened. Not only the original issues that occurred was still me overdoing it all my life and not exercising properly in a manner that would strengthen what needs to be strong enough to make your lower back spine not hurt and cause the kind of pain and anguish in which I am going through at this very moment in time. So I'm fighting through this, and I really have committed to all of you to be here. And so I'm here for you because we got to fight for better. And it sucks to be recovering from this with all the things I want to do and want to make happen. But last Sunday, I was actually at my best. Did my full walk around the block, full 2 hour workout. Done. So excited. All of this is being recorded so it can be documented to see the changes of what's been going on. Did some push-ups at the end of that without pain going and being in my ankle and my leg, and I was like, man, I'm getting somewhere. I was so pumped. Finished the routine, and I should have called it quits, maybe done ice, if that, and moved on to another day. But instead, I went on. I pushed it with some more stretches. I want to see if I can get this one to move a little more. Can I get my quads to move a little more? How's that working? How's that feeling? Like, oh man, I'm feeling so good. Well, the next morning, I woke up, which was the most important morning. I was working towards this upcoming Monday that had already happened, to be at this job site, to be able to meet this family and go through what I do. And I couldn't. I couldn't stand up. I got up that morning. I couldn't get up. I could barely stand. I was struggling just to make it down the hallway. And it was so scary to have been on a high the night before, worked out and felt so good, and then I can't stand up. Like, what is going on? And so, in all that overstretching, I still did the workout that morning, went through everything I can get through. I'm pretty sure I did it all, and it was just violent and painful. It was so gnarly. Got through that. It was then one of the most challenging showers I had after that. Something about the heat and the cold and the snow, and then having a hot shower. Like, my body was just not having it. It was cray cray. Very, very challenging just to get myself dressed and then into the vehicle, because I still had to go to the property, brought my wife with me because Trey had to deal with everything. And actually, when we just had to be straight up, I can't walk right now. Like, I can drive, but I just can't walk. I was able to stand up and like hold on to the door, shake their hands, and let them know I'm a human that's just got an issue. I'm still here, but hopped back in the truck and had to stay in the driver's seat, which was incredibly challenging and a painful drive. The whole thing was just, I still can't believe it's real that you can overstretch when you're actually doing good, standing upright, walked around the block. Like, I was still paining my ankle and some other feelings here and there, but I was like, I could do this. And then that just got ripped out from under me, and it was from overstretching. So I'm documenting and I'm coming and doing all this because if you've ever hurt yourself and you have an injury, overdoing it is exactly what's going to keep you from recovering from that injury. And I have done it to myself. So I'd like to be active. I want to be able to do what I want to do and get where I got to go. And this has been the biggest challenge for me, to have to face this, because I've never felt pain like this. I have broken bones. I have metal plates and screws inside me. That was so much easier and better off than this whole situation. And then it's still crazy to think that it's all stemming from my spine, and I don't have to question why or how all that happened, from all the crazy things I do, from motorcycle riding to machine riding to driving vehicles. And again, not being strong from chest to knees, your true core, all of that body, not just the ab six pack little area. We're talking about your structure, there's so much muscle that we have, and we can get stuck forward, we can stuck like this, we can get stuck, all the muscles are intertwined, and I've figured out that the hard way, how intertwined they are, how painful it can be when things are wrong and out of place and not where they should be. And I'm really fighting through this, and I'm fighting for better, and I don't want others to make mistakes. So the regimen that I got was from doctors for the exercise routine in which I'm doing, which was doable, was very challenging to do, and I got through it. But I'm now, like I said, it's 29th right now, and I'm on exercise like maybe 22 or maybe 23. I'm still got to go through and map this all out because I've got a lot going on. Because, yeah, the 25th, so yeah, I've missed multiple sections, and these all come to where sections of where I overdid it. So that's why I want to map it out and see, okay, here, I overdid it a little bit too much in this area. And sometimes it wasn't the exercises that overdoing it. I went to properties and hiked hills and mountains that I shouldn't have been going to, but it was like I was determined to get it done, and that's what I did. So I had made my mistakes and pushing through all that. Oh, great. Even with all notifications turned off, the Ring will sneak through every notification. It's very frustrating. Anyways, so sticking to the routine is the key. Not pushing it past the limits of what's been given. And my routine is very basic. That's why it is something that any person who wants to just sit, stand, walk, and live life should be doing what I'm doing in these simple stretches and exercises every single day of their life. And I was determined to do that every single day of my life from when I got this from the doctor, from when I was in California. I fought through it. I did everything I could through that. And the days I couldn't do it, I literally couldn't stand up. It was nuts. So I was doing, knee side to side and hip side to side movements with my leg in the bed, but I wasn't like doing all of the movements that are involved in actual recovery, in which I need to get done. I really wanted to do them today and have those done and then go live, but I have been promising that I will go live on the time scheduled, and here I am, and I am just open book of telling you exactly what I'm going through. And I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not the only person who's got these struggles and pains, and it's not just like hardcore work that could do this. Literally just sitting all day long and having your head down, looking at your phone is enough damage to do this to your spine, have to recover and start all over and have issues walking. Like, the body is so delicate and we need to take care of it. And I'm living proof that you got to put in work. So sticking to the routine is the goal here. Not pushing, not going past, even when you know you could or did. Just like myself, I knew I could do any of these things. It's all so easy. I just want to hop on bikes, go ride, go do this, go do that. I can't. I just can't do it. And that is mind-bogglingly frustrating to me. So I'm fighting through that. Slow is fast. It's been said many places, many times, and that's really a struggle for me. Fast is fast, do is do, make it happen, go, don't stop. That's really just, I think, how my family's wired, how we're all structured, just to go and make it happen. And I've truly found out in the worst of ways that I didn't slow down. I didn't just do the routine and get to it, because I just know if I wouldn't have overstretched that day, I would be able to pick up, do my exercise that next day, and get to that job, and I would have been 10 times better off. But this is why I want to talk about this stuff. Because what I did was really dumb, but yet it's not technically, because I've talked to like 5 different doctors about this and really dug in, but I know what I've done. I've had this nerve issue from my knee to my ankle. That nerve stretch has been the worst pain, and it is set and tested pain levels. I've been through surgeries and had these crazy stuff happen and other broken bones, and so I know what a 10 level, when they say, is it a 10? Is it 10? Like, it's a 10, yo. Like, that number used to exist as a normal 10. There's more numbers now. It's just like in the high 18 to 20 area is the kind of pain I've been dealing with, more than I've ever dealt with. And I just can't believe that hurting a nerve can do something so bad. So after the stretches and overdoing it, I got through the day, that Monday, which was incredibly challenging, just passed out in pain. The next day, I'm like, nothing's happening today. Therapy only. Means ice, heat, done exactly how you're supposed to. 20 minutes on, 20 minutes off. Let your body get it back to the right temperature before you change back to the other one. Don't just go fast to the other one. These are all, like, I'm following every right thing I can to not overdo it and do it right. But, oh, my leg hurts so bad right now, so I'm sorry if y'all see me twitching and just going crazy. We have a TENS unit. It's a little stimulation thingamajigger where you put pads and electricity goes to these little pads. Chiropractors, PTs, PAs, all these kind of places, when you're healing at therapy, they'll put them on the edges of your back, not on your spine directly, on the muscles next to it to make your muscles move and whatever. I don't know exactly how perfect it is, but it's like a therapeutic thing, and it's used all over the place. So we got one of those machines, and I had done it in the same places in which the doctors have done it, and the chiropractors have done it, and the PTs have done it. But my pain was like, okay, say this is your, how do I do this with the camera to see it? This is a horrible camera angle. Sorry. So might be easier to even use my phone. So, say this right here is like my ankle bone, right? And this is my kneecap. From right here, straight down to the ankle bone, every direction, down the foot, all this craziness is happening just right in here. That's where all my pain is. Part of it is because I overextended and actually stretched my nerve. And all the people up on Twitch know what happened on my first stream ever is I was dancing. I was having fun, and nothing I do is simple. And it was an extreme dancing move. And I had stretched this nerve with the kick thing that had happened in that dancing moment at that time with the music that was up in the headphones. And so stretching a nerve, if you were to look that up, takes a very long time to heal. And when nerves are aggravated, they stay aggravated, they're pissed off, and they don't like to heal easily. So I have the stretch nerve situation, which is the soccer injury thing that everyone's been trying to figure out that's been going on in the leg. This is the shin side over here, whatever. It's what's going on. It's only an example because I can't show you my leg right now. So what I was thinking was, man, I got these TENS unit stimulation device-a-jiggers, right? So I'm going to put them from the bottom of the kneecap right here on the nerve, right here on the nerve, right here on the nerve, and right here on the nerve, which was actually more like right here, not the bone itself. Because I was like, I'm not doing the bone itself. I'll be real smart. And then I did the TENS unit, which is making my leg like pulsate, which is directly on the nerve, which is the firing pain of death in which I've been dealing with. On my happy therapy day, trying to get better. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the worst thing I could have ever done to a nerve that has been getting worked on by every doctor, PT and place I've gone to try and fix my leg, because there's knotted up fascia and all this weird stuff happening from knee to ankle foot area. We're just trying to figure it out. So it's been overworked and overdone for so long, and then I did this TENS unit blasting electricity for 30 minutes straight, because that was the way the little thing was set on a setting, and it should have been 15 minutes at most, and it shouldn't have been too high. And I put it directly on there. So for about an hour or so, I thought I had fixed the problem. I was like, all right. I actually stood up. I was like, dude, okay, this is what we're going to do. I felt pretty good about it. And within an hour, that false idea of pain being gone finally settled in. And it settled in deep and deep and deeper into my soul and my leg for days on end. And I lost 4 days before I even knew it. Then ended up having to take crutches to go see and chill with my family, which was just so frustrating. I couldn't even walk. Crutches were a nightmare. Ugh, so bitter. And then I did nerve blockers in that nerve, that leg. Did 3 different ones, 2 different kinds of steroids. That didn't stop it. My ankle still feels like there's a knife inside of it, just holding and wiggling and turning inside there. And there's very few positions that it stops in. So I had that all done. Nerve blockers and all that jazz after the TENS unit drama, just trying to figure out what the heck to do. But it is just so twisted up by how bad I had worked on that nerve that it's made it hard for me to stand. And standing means walking, walking means moving, moving means living, and I just forget how blessed I am to have 2 legs, to be able to walk. But it has been the most challenging, vicious process. And it is easier when I had a broken leg with a cast to get around. I can't move like that. We try and, compression socks are like hold it, nothing. It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Unfortunately, there is no solution. So today, I went and got an epidural, which goes needle directly into like near the spine where the discs are at. I'm expecting that's right to the right side because that's where my issue had happened, more right side. So yeah, my hip's on fire right now, and that whole side hurts even worse because there's numbing stuff first for the first few hours, and now it's all water off, and this is all just reality for me. So pain levels were tested on one side. Another thing that needs to be talked about that I need to talk about is the mental and physical fatigue. Like, I am physically drained and tired from fighting pain. Like, the pain levels being so far above 10, where 10 is like a joke. And I wish I can go back to what a 10 level of pain was because I'm so far past that. But these are nerve issues that are starting in vertebrae L3, L4, L5 that are hitting up nerves and causing issues there. I don't have the classic sciatica, as people will say, where it goes like butt down the back of the leg or IT band on the side. I'm not getting any of that stuff. Mine is from my knee to my ankle, below my knee. I'm not feeling that knee pain, but where the leg muscle begins and such. So I did never expected the road recovery to have this kind of a roller coaster, to be at the end of January and not be just crushing it, riding bikes every day and feeling amazing. Like, I'm just struggling to get through the house again, and this just feels like a flashback to right before even leaving to California for the holidays to see family and see the specialist, Dr. Slava, and get this whole thing moving and grooving. So it is an unexpected battle when there was so many other things that should have been accomplished by now in this month and where I sit. So to have a whole month and not have the mental clarity that I have had pre-October of 2025, that's about at the end of, oh my gosh, being in pain to a point where I couldn't walk, stuck in bed, and truly trapped in pain. And I did chiropractors, PTs, doctors, and I was holding off on the epidural because I felt like it was something else and there was some way to get through it. Well, I still haven't got through it, so I've done the epidural today. It could take 7 to 10 days to actually kick in. I'm willing to try and everything. It is not what I expected. I wanted to be crushing so many things. And so I apologize for how inconsistent I have been through all this pain. I even, when the pain started, I wanted to like document, to say, hey, this is what I'm going through, and just show the process. I just have not been able to even get through that and show the process and even record anything. Recorded very few times, and it's just because I'm in so much pain. I just don't even want to have people see that. I'm recording with GoPros, the workouts and stuff. So when I see them, I'm like, I don't know if I can post this. This is like the gnarliest thing I've ever seen. The pain, watching someone go through that much pain for this whole process, it's pretty hectic. Like, I think my mom would just start crying and just bawl. So I don't even know if I'm going to tell her the YouTube channel that's going to be on, because it won't be on this one. So in seeing some of this pain I've been going through, it's hard for me to just show people that. I don't know. I just don't want to. And so that's why I've kind of been on the outskirts, and then my mind's just not all there for me. It's crazy because I have some notes about the stages of what we've been going through. And it's like I lost a week, but I wrote these notes on the 25th, and I couldn't get through being able to record something on the 25th. And so here I am on the 29th, finally getting this out here. And it's like, dude, I've lost 2 weeks. Like, son of a biscuit. And when I say lost 2 weeks, like I backpedaled instead of did more of the exercises, or was able to complete them all and get out and do some real work. Like, I'm still trapped, struggling to even sit in the truck to talk to the crew and try and figure all this stuff out. And I'm still hiring new people and did interviews yesterday, sitting in the truck, had them hop in the truck. Oh man. Very, very frustrating. Not how I like to do things. I'm very on it kind of cat, and so to have to do it all this way has been unplanned, and I don't want to feel that December 22nd feeling again. And I really got back there real quick, and I'm feeling a lot of pain right now, and I'm trying to just fight through it and get through everything else I wanted to get across here and say. I guess more than anything, it's vulnerability. Is that how vulnerable we are, how easy something can change, how we are not in control of all this, even though I've fought with everything inside of me to be better by now. I'm not better. I choose to be better, and my body could care less what I choose. And I have been doing everything in every form to just be able to live, walk, and go again. So if you can live, walk, and go, use that. Your health is everything. Health is wealth. If you don't understand this, if you haven't watched an elder in your family, watching people grow up, watching generations pass, that is a huge factor of where you really can see these things. And that really struck me in October, which is right before I got collapsed and crushed in all this pain, which is still such a mind twist for me. But in October is when I went down to California and to see my dad on a surprise trip. I made it fun because I'm a fun kind of guy, and I had a blast, and we did a lot of cool stuff. But I went there because my dad got cancer, and he was waiting for the results of the extra test, knowing that his cancer is for real. Now we're waiting for the next test, and he had to just sit around the whole weekend thinking about it. So we went around and screwed around all weekend with cars and had some fun to get his mind off things and just be with him. But it made me realize, man, like, he is a soldier and can do anything every day, all day, and still outworks me. And so for him to be getting cancer and knowing that it could be a gnarly cancer, because you never know, how when these things go through, it's always like a process of waiting to know how bad is bad, what is what. Tell me the answer now, quit like playing. But it's just so many tests and scans and nonsense that has to go down. So my pop's cancer is in his spine, kind of where my back blowout is, right above it about. And because there's not a lot of blood flow in your back, it's hard to heal, it's hard to work through these things. So he unfortunately had to be given a pretty harsh chemo to get into that and dig in and do something. I don't know the exact thing about the numbers I'm going to say, but these numbers, to people who have dealt with cancer in their family or someone around them, they may have heard them and understand. All I know is this is what I know, is that being in remission is under a 300 number. That's getting the cancer gone and winning the battle, what's going on. So since October till now, I've been going through my fight while my father's been going through his fight. And I got myself able to walk and move when I was in California, December 22nd through January 1st or whatever. But that was the worst and harshest time of my father's chemo. And me and my brother were able to be there. My younger brother, short dog. So he came up from Long Beach, and we of course wanted to do Christmas with Pops and Clara and spend some time. And I just saw him in October, you know what I mean? And it's cancer and chemo changes things very drastically, very fast. So he was at his worst point and really, really having a harsh time when we were out there. And so it was tough for us, and very realizing of like, oh my gosh, dude, we're all so vulnerable. We're all on the verge of one small incident. I mean, I've met people that break their leg getting out of bed just because they twisted the wrong way. I mean, you can get hurt so easily, and our bodies are delicate. So they're precious, and we need to work them every day to make them function, to make them strong enough to hold us and keep us moving. So being a big dude all my life has been awesome, and now it's having all the repercussions of holding up a giant of myself with not enough muscle. And so I am only allowed to build muscle, and that's all I'm doing. And that's the game plan. That's the mission. This epidural is going to work. It's going to get me so I can stand up and just walk, get through the exercises, not go past that routine, and just start crushing it like I want to and planned. I really expect to be farther right now, but I'm not. But I was able to get myself out here, talk to you, and let you know it's shaking. And in the world of my dad's cancer, when everything was popping off, the number was 3,600. 3,600 was pretty much about the number he was at, which was bad. And 300 and under is remission. So, as of just a few days ago on the 25th, my father's numbers are now at 499, which means he is on his way to remission, which is so flippin' exciting. And oh man, I'm getting goosebumps right now. Like, whew, it just makes me so happy because he fought through it. He did the chemo. He's still doing it, and still more to come, and to push through. It's not over, but to know that the numbers went where they're supposed to go, things are happening in the right directions, that is what's up. And I myself am just fighting for the right direction, moving forward, fighting for better. And I want to make sure that someone else can benefit from what I'm going through. And so that's why I'm sending this all out to y'all and letting you know what's up. So thank you very much for watching, listening, being a part of this whole thing. Unfortunately, I don't think my body has much left in me. My mind at least got to get out some thoughts that have been something I wanted to at least get out to you, just to think about and know. Love y'all. Be safe. Have fun.